Hi everyone, my name is Angela Sullivan and I'm the Director of Special Projects at Recovery International. I'm pleased to bring you a preview of the new youth self-help program under development. Power Your Mind is based on the proven success of the recovery method. We're excited to tell you about the program today. So let's talk about the need and why we did this. So these statistics may be familiar to many of you. Recently, Mental Health America released a new study that was done from January to September of this year to understand the impact that COVID is having on mental health. And in that youth group ages 11 to 17 who accessed screening, it was 9% higher than the average last year. So clearly there's a need to address this, and because of the proven success of the recovery method, it was logical to develop a youth-focused curriculum. As part of the preview today, I'll do a quick review of all the major pieces of the program, but I'm going to especially spend time on the workbook. The program is in keeping with the recovery method with a focus on controlling anger and alleviating anxiety with everyday trivial situations. The workbook introduces the curriculum in 7-part sessions, and we advise participants to do one section a week, and that will really help allow them time to practice the lessons and the tools that they learn. The workbook can be used independently or in a small group workshop setting, and the groups we're going to first promote this to include community groups, faith-based groups, and boys and girls clubs. But in the future, we're going to look to expand to schools. Here's a list of the concepts that are covered in the curriculum. If you are familiar with the recovery method, then you are already familiar with the content, and we just took a teen-centric design approach to it. And we did that by working with an illustrator and a writer to translate the readings of Dr. Lowe into stories that would engage youth. So you're introduced to 6 characters throughout the curriculum. And Max and Terri we're going to talk about in some detail today, but Juan, Cheryl, Gabriella, and Robert are all dealing with kind of typical teen issues and anxiety, insecurity, social issues, and temper. And they do use their training to help alleviate these situations. So all of these are presented in a comic panel, just like you're seeing here for Max. So Max is really our icon for the program. You're going to see his image used in social media and throughout the program. And here's his comic panel. Right here, he's waiting outside a movie theater for a friend, and that friend is late. And he's starting to get worked up. He pauses and thinks about the situation and starts to apply some tools to calm himself down. He decides there could be some external environmental factors taking place that is causing Terri to be late. Ultimately, Max comes up with a plan B if his friend doesn't arrive on time. So through Max's story, we introduce these concepts of angry temper and fearful temper and tools you can use for both. We incorporate activities for students throughout the workbook, and again, kind of practicing those tools and those favorite tools for the week. I'm going to show you one more story just so you get a nice preview of the content. And this is Terri. Terri is the one who's meeting Max, and she's the one stuck in traffic. She's in that blue car sandwiched among all the other cars. And as you can imagine, Terri is starting to get worked up. We use this story to introduce the concepts of inner and outer environment as well as fearful temper. So here's Terri. She was worked up, but now she's starting to apply her tools to calm herself down. She realizes that traffic is part of the outer environment and you really just can't control that. And she decides to text Max and just let him know what's going on. And it's okay for her to be texting Max because after all, she's completely stuck in traffic and not technically driving right now. We encourage students to take photos of the tools throughout the workbook so they always have those on hand. Nice reminder of how you can calm yourself down in stressful situations. Throughout the program, we start introducing the four-step method, and we show how the characters apply the four-step method, and we ask the students what other tools could be used and really get them to start to understand what goes into those four steps. As you can see from these pages, there are activities throughout the workbook. We ask students to reflect on their own experiences, and of course ask them to analyze the characters and the situations they've been learning about. Moving on to the leader guide. This leader guide is designed to fit either the 7-session format or a quick 90-minute overview. Of course, there are online and in-person activity ideas and lots of step-by-step instruction here. So the facilitator knows exactly what page they're on, related to the workbook, what they need as far as materials, what they should say, and all of this format will build consistency in the delivery of the program. We're going to offer 2 different types of sessions. Each would be led by a certified Recovery International facilitator. In addition, groups would need to purchase the workbook for each participant. If you're interested in becoming a facilitator with this program, please let us know. We will be conducting Train the Trainer sessions probably starting in January 2021. We'd love to have young people, especially who have gone through the recovery program, become facilitators with us. We also have a website, that's poweryourmind.org, and it's going to include information about how to purchase the workbook and resources available, scheduling workshops, and of course much more. And our press release is just about ready to go. That will be delivered in December. We have more than 30 organizations we're going to contact about the launch of the program. And of course, we'll be using social media to promote the program. And you'll see Max, again, a lot on our social media. There are many elements to this program, and just to kind of give you an idea of timing of all of these, right now we're just finalizing the workbook, and we're going to roll that out in November, and the workbook will be available before the holiday season. So if you find this program looks fun and engaging and you want to know ways to contribute to its success, here's a few suggestions. Let us know if you work with a youth group and you would like to see the program used with that group. Let me know if you want to be a facilitator for youth group sessions. Another way is to plan to purchase the workbook for yourself or your children or grandchildren when it becomes available. And of course, watch the webpage for more information, poweryourmind.org. I thank you so much for taking the time to preview the Power Your Mind program. Please contact me at info@poweryourmind.org if you have questions or you want to get involved in any way. Thanks so much.